Shout out to the people, man. We here back again with another one, man. J Benz the Light, aka J Benz do it right. You feel me? Now, it's been a minute since I streamed. I apologize for that, my people. But a lot of things be occurring in life, and on a spiritual journey, we understand that the more into your illumination, your enlightenment that you come, the more kind of obstacles that you run into at times due to your increased power. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like your we come into the spiritual things, we come into spirituality, we come into different realizations of this world, realizations of ourselves, and then at times we plug back into the matrix or we refuse to use the power that we use or we give our power away, you know? We give our power away a lot of the times, and I feel that that's what I've been doing for a good while, to be honest. And I must be honest, it's my duty to be honest, truthfully. Truthfully and honestly, it's my duty to be honest because I know that there are times where I tell a lot of lies and I'm not proud of myself for that. But, anyways, let's get into the subject for this video, for this live stream today. You feel me? The topic for this live stream today is this right here. We're going to go over the Gnostic Bible. You feel me? The Gnostic Bible. I remember I talked to my Caribbean shorty the other day, my Rasta shorty. We were talking about the Bible. We were talking about the Bible, you know, and her accent, she got a very thick accent. Every time she would say the Bible, she'd be like, oh, yeah, the Bible. Oh, yeah, I love the Bible. The Bible. You feel me? So we're going to talk about the Gnostic Bible. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with Gnosticism and what the Gnostics are, let me give you a quick rundown. Now, the Gnostics were the ancient priests, shamans, spiritual teachers, whatever you want to call it, that existed uh, at the same time that Christianity was first created and existed prior to Christianity. And they dropped the science of illumination, the science of enlightenment. They dropped the science of this universe, of existence itself. You know what I'm saying? The science that they dropped was the true science that Christianity was created off of. Gnosticism is the foundation for Christianity. Gnosticism is like the mother to Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Christianity came from the roots or the foundation that was Gnosticism. Now, what we're going over right here is the Gnostic Bible, meaning the different texts that come from the ancient Gnostics. If you want more of this type of information, then you can tap into the Nag Hammadi scriptures of the Gnostics. I'm gonna show you right here. Hold up, here we go. How do I? Well, I could probably do this right. Wait, I think that's better. That's probably better. Peace God, you found your channel. That boy on YouTube with it. Peace God. Hey yo, peace to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for real, because yeah, I know how on TikTok and Instagram and all that shit. Nah, on TikTok, them niggas be banning my shit, bro. Like every time I go live, they always gonna take my live down. It's the most annoying shit ever. So, and y'all know I'm on here with a purpose. I'm on here trying to bring knowledge to the people because like y'all two right here that's in the chat right now, I look at y'all like I look at myself. You feel me? Niggas calling me and shit. Like y'all are my peoples, as in you are just different expressions of my own self. I am you and you are me. So me helping you is you helping me. You feel me? And you helping me is me helping you. So with that being said, I'm trying to bring this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to the people. Now, as I was saying, hold up. If you want to tap into some more narcissism, here we go. I'm gonna show you right here. This is a wavy website to really get your books too. Scrib, yo, $15 a month and you get an entire. Come on, my nigga. I'm on a live right now, bro. I can't be talking right now, bro. Niggas calling my phone and shit. But if you want to tap into a whole library full of knowledge, tap into this website right here called Scrib. $15 a month, you can get everything right here. But hold up, I think I passed it. Did I? Did I pass it? I'll just do this. Nag. So this right here, the Nag Hammadi scriptures are more of the Gnostic texts that you could tap into. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to get deep into the ancient knowledge of your ancestors, 4,000, damn near 5,000 pages. So this is, you think the Bible long? She, the Gnostic text, the Nag Hammadi scriptures, shoot, you feel me? That's how you know you're speaking the truth. We reflect them in a higher vibration. I appreciate you, my brother, for real, for real. Let's continue though. Let's get into the meat and the potatoes of what we're going into. So today we're going to talk about the Gnostic Bible, and specifically we're going to talk about the wisdom teachings of the Gnostic Bible, and we're going to be breaking them down. And I'm going to be reading them with you. This is low key, maybe high key. This is my first time reading this, as in not the entire text, but these specific wisdom teachings right here. This is my first time reading them. So at the same time that I'm reading them, I'm going to be breaking them down. You know what I'm saying? And telling y'all my own perspective, my own perception on what they mean and what it is. You feel me? And not only that, but it's going to be raw, uncut, and just straight raw from my spirit. You feel what I'm saying? Just no filter, no nothing like that. No, none of that bullshit. You feel me? I'm just truthfully speaking who the fuck I am and giving you my truth, my truthful, authentic, and honest perception of whatever that I read and whatever comes into my consciousness. They get it. You feel me? They get it. All right, let's get it. All right, so early wisdom gospels from the Gospel of Thomas. So we in the Gospel of Thomas in the Gnostic Bible. These are the hidden sayings that the living Yeshua spoke and Yehuda Toma the twin recorded. I don't know who Yehuda is, but Yeshua, we already know who that is. That's Yeshua ben Pandera, aka Jesus Christ. Let's get it. And he said, whoever discovers what these sayings mean will not taste death. As in understanding that if you understand the spiritual meaning of all these different scriptures and the spiritual meaning behind all these different things that come into your consciousness, then you will understand that you are the spirit that is operating and controlling this body temporarily. You feel what I'm saying? But you, who you truly are immortal. As in, like this, me, I'm Jay Benz the Light. I'm Ja, right? But that's just my personality. That's just the person that I come into this incarnation, into this physical dimension to be. You feel what I'm saying? But that's, you know what I mean? Who I truly am is that which is within. Who I truly am transcends just this body. Who I truly am transcends just this personality. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And the same thing for me is the same thing for you. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue. Seek and do not stop seeking until you find. When you find, you will be troubled. Troubled. Yeah, man, because you come into realization of these spiritual truths, you're going to learn that all the things that you've been taught is all bullshit, bro. You're going to learn that, bro, if you in the United States, you went to the public school, you went to school in the United States, then you know that 9 out of 10 of the things that you learned is all some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't get taught nothing about yourself. You got taught you did, but best believe them niggas taught you about that Pythagorean theorem. Best believe them niggas taught you about that geometry and that trigonometry, but them niggas ain't teach you a goddamn thing about yourself. Let me put this thing full screen real quick. This thing gonna tweak when I put it full screen. Thing tweaking. All right, my thing bugging when I put it full screen. All right, we valid. All right, we valid. All right, we valid. We valid. We valid. Never mind. Never mind. Let's get back to where we was. Because for some reason, oh, I guess it's loading. So we just gonna avoid that. I'm not doing all that. All right. Let's get back to where we was. My fault, y'all. Let's get back to where we was. All right, we hit. What the fuck, nigga? Shit, quick. All right, now my computer want to bug out. So give me a second, y'all. Give me a second, 'cause my computer want to bug out. My fault, y'all. My fault, y'all. All right, we here. We here. When you are troubled, you will marvel and rule over all. You will marvel and rule over all, as in understanding that when you come into your illumination, when you come into your enlightenment, you come into the realization of who the fuck that you truly are, bruh. Then you understand that you are God, you are the divine, you are that which is undefinable. You feel me? And when you understand that, then with that great power, you can use that great power to create any type of reality that you want for yourself. You just need to make sure that you don't be giving your power away. Do not give your power away to all these other different things, all these different, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Because a lot of times we be giving our power away. You don't want to give your power away to your motherfucking toxic ass family members, your toxic ass friends, and all these different type of maybe your toxic ass environment that you find yourself in. You feel me? Let's continue. Yeshua said, if your leaders tell you, look, the kingdom is in heaven, then the birds of heaven will precede you. If they say to you, it's in the sea, then the fish will precede you. But the kingdom is inside you and it is outside you. When you know yourselves, then you will be known, and you will understand that you are children of the living Father. But if you do not know yourselves, then you will dwell in poverty, and you are poverty. Understand that knowing yourself means knowing God, because you are God. There is no God or no anything above you that is outside of you. You feel me? If you look at something as being above you, then 9 times out of 10, you're comparing your capabilities to that, as in like this. Imagine there was some type of being who had the capabilities and the power to create and destroy anything. Like imagine there was like some Galactus type being who could pull up to a planet and just destroy the whole planet just by flicking it or just doing whatever like that, right? You feel me? Then you would look at that being, you say, damn, that's a God right there. That's a being that's above me. That's something right there. No, that's just a being that has certain capabilities that you may not have or that you may not be expressing at this moment. You feel what I'm saying? That being and you are one in the same because everything in existence is simply just one thing, truthfully and honestly. You feel me? So that's why I say the kingdom is inside you and outside you, understanding that existence and non existence, the dualities of all things, is simply one thing. It's all you. You feel me? The only thing that can really keep you from this realization is your own personality, your own perception, your own way of viewing shit. You feel me? Hold on. We get into some deep knowledge right now. So let me record a TikTok real quick. Hey yo, shout out TikTok. We here. We on a live right now. Tap into my YouTube. You feel me? Because right now on YouTube we going over the Gnostic Bible. You know what I'm saying? That Gnostic Bible. You feel me? We live on it. We live in the mix. So let's get it. Hey yo, shout out TikTok. We here. We're on a live right now. Tap into my YouTube. You feel me? Because when you've been staying up till 5. Let's continue. Yeshua said, a person old in days will not hesitate to ask a little child 7 days old about the place of life, and the person will live. For many of the first will be last and become a single one. You can learn anything. You can learn anything from anyone, honestly and truthfully. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who or what it is. It may be a rock that's just on the floor. You feel me? You can learn a whole lot of wisdom just by observing a rock based upon the place that you're at in your mind, the place that you're at in your mental, journey, in your mental travels and your astral travels. You know what I'm saying? Yeshua said, know what is in front of your face, and what is hidden from you will be disclosed. There is nothing hidden that will not be revealed. Facts. I think that's self explanatory. His students asked him and said to him, do you want us to fast? How should we pray? Should we give the charity? What diet should we observe? Yeshua said, do not lie and do not do what you hate. All things are disclosed before heaven. There is nothing hidden that will not be revealed, nothing covered that will remain undisclosed. You feel me? Like, I know a lot of us, we get called to fast, we get called to do all these different types of things, but it's just understanding like this. If you truly want to do something, and you would naturally do it, nobody has to force you into doing the things that you naturally want to do because you naturally want to do it. You do it without anybody having to intervene. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, the things that you do hate are the things that usually end up growing you the most. You know what I'm saying? The things that you do hate, 9 times out of 10, they end up being the things that evolve you the most, evolve your spirit, evolve your mentality, evolve all these different things about yourself. You feel me? Like, for example, you may be a person that hate running, but you know that doing cardio is what's going to really take your body, your mind, your soul, your cardiovascular health, you know what I'm saying, to the next level. But you might hate running though. So when you end up do running, then you'll find that when you're doing what you hate, your mind is gonna become so much more stronger and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Your mind will become way more stronger. Your mind, you're gonna be developing that discipline muscle. You know what I mean? And the entire point of us being on this planet, the entire point of everything really is for your growth and evolution as a spirit, not as just a human being, but as a spirit. Your growth and evolution as a human being is really just your growth and evolution truly as a spirit. That's like, for example, if you're a bodybuilder, if you're a person that's big into hitting the gym and getting your muscles right, getting your body right and stuff like that, then understand that your body, getting that process of bodybuilding is really a ritual that your spirit is going through, truthfully and honestly. You know what I'm saying? And you might run across a lot of people who say that oh, this entire physical world is an illusion. The physical is an illusion, and which it is. You can read this text right here. Hold on, right here. You can read this text right here. You can read this text right here called "A Holographic Universe" by Michael Talbot, and this text will explain to you with scholarship sources everything that you need as to how this universe that we live in, this physical reality, earth, everything like that is all simply just an illusion. It's a projection of your mind. Your mind, the mind is what's creating all of this. The mind is what creates physical reality. You know what I'm saying? Literally. You know what I mean? So there'd be people who come through and say, like Bobby Hemmett, for example, who would say, like, yo, this physical reality is simply just an illusion, right? All of this shit is an illusion. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Right? But the thing about it is like this. Even though it's an illusion, we purposely chose to come to this illusion in order to experience. You know what I'm saying? We came to this physical reality, this illusion, in order to experience the illusion and experience different types of things within this illusion that inevitably will grow our soul, grow our spirit. You feel me? That will grow your consciousness. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, never neglect your spirit, never neglect your body, never neglect yourself in believing that, oh, all of this is just an illusion, whatever, whatever. No, nigga, you gotta understand. This is an illusion, yes, but it's an illusion that you purposely find yourself in so that you can grow. So you must use the illusion to your advantage. You feel me? At least that's the way I see it. Yeshua said, "Blessings on the lion if a human eats it, making the lion human. Foul is the human if a lion eats it, making the lion human." Humankind is like a wise fisherman who casts his net into the sea and drew it up from the sea full of little fish. Among the fish he found a fine large fish. He threw all the little fish back into the sea and easily chose the large fish. Whoever has ears to hear should hear. Let's read that one more time. Humankind is like a wise fisherman who cast his net into the sea and drew it up from the sea full of little fish. Among the fish he found a fine large fish. He threw all the little fish back into the sea and easily chose the large fish. Whoever has ears to hear should hear. Great wisdom telling you, yo, telling you, when you come across a good thing that has essentially everything that you need, you should always, you should get into that. You know what I'm saying? Based on your discernment. Why take on too many things at one time when one thing in and of itself can have everything that you need? You feel me? Yeshua said, "Look, the sower went out, took a handful of seeds, and scattered them. Some fell on the road, and the birds came and pecked them. Others fell on the rock, and they did not take root." This is the parable of the sower in Matthew, in the chapter of in the Gospel of Matthew in the Bible. But obviously, these are the Gnostic texts. So, but now the Bible got the parable of the sower in Matthew from the Gnostic text. This verse right here in the Gospel of Thomas in the Gnostic text in the Gnostic Bible. So let's see. Look, the sower went out, took a handful of seeds, and scattered them. Some fell on the road, and the birds came and pecked them. Others fell on the rock, and they did not take root in the soil, and did not produce heads of grain. Others fell on thorns, and they choked the seeds, and worms devoured them. And others fell on good soil, and they brought forth a good crop, yielding 60 per measure and 120 per measure. So let's break it down. Let's break down the parable of the sower, aka verse or chapter 9 of the Gospel of Thomas in the Gnostic Bible. The sower went out, took a handful of seed, and scattered them. Some fell on the ground, and the birds came and pecked them up. So it's like this: when you a person that has wisdom, that has knowledge, has these things, that wisdom that you have, if you do not apply that to yourself, if you do not truly use that wisdom that you have, then that wisdom could be used, will just be used up by other people. Other people will just come and take that wisdom that you have, take that, you know what I'm saying? And use it for themselves. Meanwhile, you sitting here like, damn, whatever. You just continuously you just a preacher at that point. You just a preacher preaching. Others fell on a rock and did not take root in the soil. Others fell on a rock. What is a rock? Think about a rock. A rock. What is a rock? A hard thing. Hard, solid, stiff. You feel me? That's what a rock is. Hard, solid, stiff. You know, something that you like having a hard mind or having having being stubborn in your mindset, being stubborn in your way that you look at wisdom and you see things. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can give you wisdom, somebody can give you knowledge and understanding, but then if you have this stubborn mind that cannot take wisdom, that cannot take true knowledge, then it's like putting a seed or trying to plant a seed on a rock. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to truly take root because you're blocking yourself from that higher wisdom, that higher knowledge. Others fell on thorns and they choked the seeds, and worms devoured them. On thorns and they choked the seeds, and worms devoured them. What is the Spirit telling me about this? The Spirit is telling me that the thorns represent another form of your stubbornness, being your opposition. your opposition to these teachings, like a person who, for example, you come across a religious person and you say to them, yo, you tell them all these different spiritual things. You tell them about the Merkaba, light body, the chakras, and all these different type of stuff, and they say, "Oh my God, devil worshiper, blasphemy! Oh my God, what the?" They tell you all the different types of things, right? They're opposing you based upon their own indoctrination, their own programming. That programming and indoctrination can be likened to the thorns. You feel me? That's what the spirit just told me. You feel me? And they choked the seeds, and worms devoured them. You know, you tell people this knowledge, and it just doesn't. It don't. The indoctrination, the programming, those things, they just suffocate and destroy the knowledge from being able to truly be planted into the soil that is your mind. You know what I'm saying? And truly be able to be expressed. Others fell on good soil, brought forth good crop, yielding 60 per measure and 120 per measure. Now, 60 and 120 are very interesting numbers because when we observe Elijah Muhammad, hold on, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. This one's on Maria. When we observe the teachings of Elijah Muhammad in the Nation of Islam, there are the 120-degree lessons. You feel me? 120 degrees of the knowledge of self. You feel me? As in, as in, the 120 degrees of knowledge that you have about yourself, about your mind, your body, your soul. You feel me? So yielding 60 and 120 per measure. You see, there's a large significance when it comes to the numbers. Look at the comments real quick. Hold on. I'll fuck with Square. Just got off Billy Carson and Dr. B Serious workshop for 9 hours. Yo, I wanted to get on that. I wanted to get on that. I might just buy it in the future. Billy C is the truth. Billy Carson facts. Pay 160. Spirit told me tap in. You drop gems for show with some financial plugs. There's no price in the psychological and physiological health you are acquiring. It's priceless, brother. That's a fact. Hey, yo, I'm happy that you wise and you know what the fuck you talking about, my brother. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue though. Let's continue into the wisdom. I have, verse 10, I have thrown fire upon the world, and look, I am watching till it blazes. The spirit. Yeshua said, this heaven will pass away, and the one above it will pass away. The dead are not alive, and the living will not die. During the days when you ate what is dead, you made it alive. When you are in the light, what will you do? On the day when you were one, you became two. But when you became two, what will you do? Now, there's a lot to unpack here that the Spirit is telling me. Number one, heaven will pass away and the one above it will pass away. Understanding the cycles, as in like these. If you want more knowledge on the cycles, then you should tap into this text right here called Black Roots Science by Mori Mucho. You feel me? Where he talks about the cycles of existence that we find ourselves in and that we've already been through before, the cycles of the universe, as in the universe has a creation point, and then the universe has an end point. The universe has a start and an end point, you know, and we've been, and that would be one cycle. You feel me? So the cycles, we've been through multiple of these cycles, we've been through countless cycles of creations and endings of universes, because as we know, there is no beginning and there is no end. How is that possible? Honestly, at least from my knowledge up until this point, I can't truly conceive of how there is no beginning and there is no end. I can't explain it logically in binary and linear logic and thinking as to how that is true. All I know is that there is no beginning and there is no end. You know what I'm saying? So understand the cycle. The dead are not alive and the living will not die. The dead are not alive as in, yo, the people who are spiritually dead at this time, who think that they're just a body, who think that their life starts and ends when they come out the womb, and that the end of their life comes when they leave the body. These people are the people who are dead. The people who do not understand spiritual things, the people who do not understand that they transcend just this body, who do not understand that they transcend this dimension. You feel me? And the living will not die. The living, as in the people who come into the knowledge of the spirit of their spirituality, the people who come into the knowledge of that which transcends the physical senses, the lower five levels of being, of existence. You feel me? These people will not die due to understanding that when you come into the knowledge of your spirit, when you come into the knowledge of who you truly are, then you understand that you are the beginningless beginning and you are the endless end. There is no beginning and there is no end for you. You feel me? During the days when you ate what is dead, you made it alive. When you are the light, what will you do? When you are the light, when you come into your enlightenment, your illumination, when you come into the greatest power on this planet, which is the illumination and enlightenment that you attain when you realize who you truly are, when you realize spiritual things, when you come into the power that comes with understanding who you truly are, what will you do? What is your purpose here? What is your purpose in knowing who the fuck that you truly are? If you're watching this video right now, then you know who the fuck that you truly are. You have a knowledge of self to a certain extent where you understand that you are more than just the physical body. You understand that you're more than just the physical. You feel me? What will you do with this knowledge though? What will you do? On the day when you were one, you became two. Duality. Duality. You know what I'm saying? Duality. One becomes two. The all splits itself into the all knowing, and then the limited knowing. The all knowing and the limited knowing. The limited knowing being your ego, your personality. You know what I'm saying? And the all knowing being your spirit, your consciousness. Or another way to look at it as the masculine, the feminine. You know what I mean? Masculine and feminine really are just one thing, but they split into two. The one thing that splits into two. So now there's me being a man, and then there's woman, right? There's woman, the other half of me. My other half is woman. You feel me? The student said to Yeshua, "We know you will leave us. Who will be our leader?" Yeshua said to them, "Wherever you are, seek out Yaakov the just. For his sake, heaven and earth came into being." I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I don't know what the fuck Yaakov is. But when it talks about who will be our leader when you leave us, just understand it like this. Yo, and this is especially for my men, this is especially for my guys. Women too, but this is especially emphasis on my guys. Understand that you are your own leader. Understand that if you come into enlightenment and illumination, then you come into the knowledge of yourself as God. And when you understand yourself as God, you understand your enlightenment and everything that comes with that, then you understand that the spirit is always going to tell you what the fuck that you need to do. The spirit is always going to provide you what you need. All you really need to do is simply just ask the right questions, trust in yourself, be confident, simply just know that you know what you need to do and you know you need to avoid. You know you need to avoid these things over here. You know you need to get more into these things over here. So do that because you know that when you don't do that, then that's when you fall into stress. You fall into stress. You fall into chaos, a chaotic mind, a chaotic way of living due to you not truly understanding, not truly understanding, um, not truly understanding what and who you truly are and what it all truly is within you. You feel me? Let us continue. Yeshua said to his students, compare me to something and tell me what I am like. Shimon Kepha said to him, you are like a just messenger. Mattai said to him, you are like a wise philosopher. Toma said to him, Rabbi, my mouth is utterly unable to say what you are like. Yeshua said, I am not your rabbi, because you have drunk, you are intoxicated. From the bubbling spring I tended, and he took him and withdrew, and spoke three sayings to him. When Toma came back to his friends, they asked him, what did Yeshua say to you? Toma said to them, if I tell you one of the sayings he spoke to me, you will pick up rocks and stone me, and fire will come out of the rocks and consume you. Oh, the Spirit telling me a lot right now. All right, so first of all, I am not your rabbi, as in like this. Me right here, for example, me speaking right now, or let's say Malcolm X. Let's look at Malcolm, because I know Malcolm is one of my teachers, one of my peoples. You feel me? A matter of fact, somebody who I like more than Malcolm low key is Khalid Muhammad. So Khalid Muhammad, for example, right? You look at Khalid Muhammad or you look at Malcolm X, right? Matter of fact, let's say Malcolm because I know a lot of people know more people know about Malcolm than they do Khalid Muhammad. Let's say Malcolm. You look at Malcolm and you say, damn, this is a leader, this is a teacher, this is whatever, whatever. You look at Elijah Muhammad, you say, this is a leader, this is a teacher. All the different types of things that you say when it comes to Elijah Muhammad, when it comes to Malcolm X. But it's just like this. Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X, they are not your teacher, they are not your leader. They are simply just people who came to tell you the truth of who you are. They're people that came to tell you the truth of reality, the truth of history. All they are is just people who are truth. They are truth seekers who came to speak the truth after they attained the truth. You feel me? And for example, Elijah Muhammad, he existed at a time where black people at the time, they were in darkness, they were in ignorance due to coming being post indentured servitude, post slavery, where a lot of black people were in this state of just ignorance, this state of neuroses, this state of just destruction, self destruction based upon them lacking a knowledge of self. Elijah Muhammad came and kind of propped himself up as a leader due to there being a lack of leadership, due to there being there's large amount of ignorance in the people. But Elijah Muhammad isn't really your leader. You are your own leader. You feel me? If you a man, you're the leader of your house. You're the leader of your family. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Not saying that if you a woman that you're not a leader in your own right, but I'm just saying based upon spiritual things that understanding like this, you yourself are your own leader. You cannot and you should not, you cannot and you should not rely upon other people to be your leader, to be your teacher, to be your savior, to be all these different types of things. That would be giving your power away to somebody else. You feel me? You look at a guru, you look at a spiritual teacher, you look at a shaman, you look at whoever that it may be. These are just people who come to tell you different things about yourself. You feel me? These are different people who come to tell you just what the truth is. It ain't about you follow me. It ain't about whatever, nothing like that. It's about telling you what the fuck really is going on. So yeah, I'm not your Yeshua said, I'm not your rabbi. Because you are drunk, you are intoxicated from the bubbling spring I tended. It's like this. You look at a person who was a spiritual teacher, they got all this wisdom, they got all this knowledge, and you being a person who may lack knowledge and wisdom, you look at all the wisdom and knowledge that they given to you, you say, damn, oh my God, like I love this person. You fall in love damn near with this spiritual teacher, with this leader that you listening to. No, nigga. No, nigga. All they do, you gotta understand, this person probably just a person that read a book that you ain't read yet. Or they probably just meditated for a longer time than you meditated then. You feel me? Like you look at me talking to you, and you may say, some of you may say, yo, you got wisdom, you got knowledge, you got all this, whatever, whatever, whatever. Like you this type of person. Nigga, no. I'm you. Me and you are the same person. Me and you is one and the same. It's just that I may have meditated longer than you may have had. Or I may have dedicated more time to acquiring knowledge, wisdom, understanding that you may have. But I'm not your leader. I'm not your teacher. I'm a leader. Damn right. I'm a leader. But I'm a leader when it comes to myself, and I'm a leader to those who choose to follow me. You feel me? If you my woman, then shit, I'm your leader. If you my child, then shit, I'm your leader, right? But that's only because you look at me and say, yeah, you're my leader. I'm not your leader because I tell you I'm your leader. I'm your leader because you say to me, you look at me and you say, oh, that's my leader right there. So when it comes to you, all my people who is watching right now, understand that you are a leader, and there are people who look at you and say, "Yo, yeah, you're my leader. You're the person I look at who got this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, whatever, all that different type of shit." You feel me? I don't think I need to talk much on that. And he took him unto a Jew, spoke three sayings to him. What did Yeshua say to you? Thomas said to them, if I tell you one of the sayings you spoke to me, you will pick up rocks and stone me, and fire will come out of the rocks and consume you. So it's like this. When it comes to these spiritual teachings, when it comes to this different wisdom, I may know something that you aren't ready to hear, maybe due to your programming, due to your indoctrination. You know what I'm saying? I may know something based upon me going through certain travels in my knowledge, going through certain travels in my spiritual journey and all that, that you may not know. I may have certain understandings that you don't have. You feel me? And if I tell you these things, but you're not ready to hear them, then in turn you may look at me and say, "What? Hell no! Fuck, nah, you bugging." Like that's human nature in general. Like look at what happens when somebody comes to you and they tell you something that you need to hear that is the truth, but it's like, damn, like you nagging me, damn, you bugging me right now, damn, whatever, all this different type of shit, right? It's like, yo, you rejecting it now because of your pridefulness, your ego, whatever, and all that. But then some time pass on, and then you look back and you say, "Damn, that person actually was telling me some real shit, but my ego and my pride was getting in the way. My ignorance was getting in the way. All of that." Let's continue. Verse 14, Yeshua said to them, if you fast, you will bring sin upon yourselves, and if you pray, you will be condemned. If you give the charity, you will harm your spirits. When you go into any region and walk through the countryside, and people receive you, eat what they serve you, and heal the sick among them. What goes into your mouth will not defile you, but what comes out of your mouth will defile you. You feel me? You feel me? Understanding that the words that you cast out of your mouth are spells. Every single word that you say is a spell. Like this. Let's talk about some spells that we use basically every day. What some spells that we use damn near every day, or that other people use on us every day. Let's say one that is the first thing that came to my mind. Excuse me. I remember today I was in Barnes and Nobles. Today I was in the bookstore today earlier, and there was this lady that was just trying to get by me. She was like, "Excuse me," and I even think about it. I just moved. I didn't even think to move. I just moved because she said, "Excuse me," I was in the way. That's a spell in and of it. That right there is a spell in and of itself, bro. I'd even think like I even think, oh, okay, she said, "Excuse me," so let me move. No, I even think that. It's like my body basically moved on its own. It was like an automatic thing. She said, "Excuse me," and I just moved. But what really is "excuse me"? That's a spell, right? In and of itself. That's because understanding like this, your words that you speak out of your mouth, your vocal vibrations, all things are is just sound. You know what I'm saying? All things are is just sound. All things are is literally just sound, vibration, frequency that you speak out from yourself. You know what I'm saying? And these sounds, we assign meaning to these sounds. You feel me? And with this meaning that we assign to these sounds, in turn, what does it do? People hear these things and it has certain effects upon the mentality and whatnot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I feel like I don't want to over explain. I don't want to over explain things. I don't want to over explain things. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let us continue. Yeshua said, verse 15, Yeshua said, when you see one not born of woman, fall on your faces and worship. That is your Father, that which is immortal within yourself. That which is immortal within yourself, but not only that, but things that transcend, things that aren't human. You feel me? All things who haven't just come out of the womb of a woman can bring you wisdom, bring you knowledge. You feel me? You look at this lion, look at the lion, look at the lion, right? Look at this lion right here. You feel me? You say this is just like a little toy, this is whatever, whatever, right? But when you observe the lion in the wild, you observe the lion, you observe the lion, you observe the lion in the jungle. When you observe the lion, right? And this thing taking a minute to load. You observe the lion in the jungle, then you observe qualities and the capability. You observe the temperament of the lion and how it is. But that lion didn't go to no school. That lion didn't, go to no college, no university. It ain't that lion ain't learn no ABCs, one, two, threes. That lion is pure consciousness, pure primal consciousness. You feel me? Great wisdom can be learned from observing the lion, or not even just the lion, but observing the zebra, observing the gazelle, observing the zebra, observing the deer, observing many things. You feel me? Many things like that. You know what I'm saying? And this one right here, I'm gonna end the live on this right here, verse 16, because this is also another thing that's in the Bible. I believe I can't remember what chapter. I believe it's in Matthew, but it's something talking about I come to bring a sword. Yeshua said, verse or chapter 16, people may think I have come to impose peace upon the world. They do not know that I have come to impose conflicts upon the world, fire, sword, war. For there will be five in a house. There will be three against two, and two against three. Father against son, and son against father, and they will stand alone. Understanding like this, when you come into knowledge of the Spirit, then you are coming into the knowledge of the truth, knowledge of all things. You feel me? And the majority of this planet, the masses of this planet, they are under the illusion. They are under the perception that the illusion is what is true. When it is the truth, when you come into the truth, you come into the truth of the illusion. But most believe the illusion to be that which is true. So when you come to them with the truth of the illusion, when you come to people who believe that the illusion is true with the truth of the illusion, then in turn you gonna come into conflict. That's why you come into people, you tell somebody about the spiritual thing, you tell somebody about some tarot cards, some astrology, you come into them about all the different type of spiritual things, and they say, yo, nah, that's some devil stuff, bro. That's evil. That's boom, boom, boom. That's goddamn. That's some devil worship. That's some blasphemy. That's pagan. All the different things. Fools, foolish, 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 because they do not understand their own ignorance. But you understanding their ignorance, you come at them with the truth. But because they do not understand their own ignorance, they come at you and they say, no, you are evil, you are a liar, you are blasphemy, you are this, you are that. And in turn, conflict arises. You feel me? So you have to be the person who comes with your spiritual fire, their kundalini, you know what I'm saying, your spiritual energy, and use your sword being like your tongue, your word. You know what I mean? That's why they say your tongue is like a double-edged sword, your tongue, your word. You feel me? You speak the truth. You speak the truth, the sword that comes from the fire, the spiritual fire. And in turn, that creates war between you and those who are submerged into the illusion. You feel me? You feel me? For there will be five in the house, three against two and two against three, understanding that majority of people are the ones who are submerged into the illusion. And if you're a person who is into the spirit, into the knowledge of self, into knowing what the fuck all of this really is, then you understand that you are fighting against the majority. It is you, the few, fighting against the many, the ignorant, the few who have knowledge fighting against the ignorant, whose knowledge only goes as far as what the preacher or the pastor or what the religion tells them. You feel me? You feel me? This shit gets deep. Father against son and son against father, and they will stand alone. Understand when it's talked about father and son and whatever, son against father, it's also talking about spiritual things. As in, a father could be like an old thought form, rather, and then a son could be likened to like a new thought form type of thing. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Old way of thinking, new way of thinking. You feel me? Tradition, old traditions versus new traditions, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I think I'm gonna end the live right here. You feel me? And then we're gonna continue on with this. So not only this, but I'm continue with other content. Follow me on all my social media platforms at JBenz the Light. You feel me? JBenzdalight. You feel me? Ramen accidentally. Shout out Chris Smooth. You feel me? JBenz the Light on Instagram, on TikTok, Twitter, all of that. You feel me? And with that being said, peace be to the gods on earth, man. I do this for the people. Truthfully and honestly, I do this for the motherfucking people. This really isn't no ego shit, honestly. Like, I understand that, like, I'm speaking from the ego when it comes to the spiritual things, but it's not some egotistical stuff because I do this for the people, truthfully, because I understand that I am you and you are me. You feel me? There is no separation. All truly is one. So with that being said, peace be to the gods on earth. I'll be back again with another live. I'll be back again with another thing to do in the future. You feel me? So that being said, I'm out of here, man. Peace be to the gods on earth. I'm out. You feel me? J-Ben's a light.